Hey guys, what's up? It's Shelly. In today's video, we're going to be going over backward outside 3 turns. So these 3 turns are similar in a lot of ways to forward outside 3 turns, but there are a few differences. One being, obviously, we're going from backward skating to forward skating. And number 2 is basically where we're turning on our blade when we do this 3 turn. And if you are looking for some more help on your forward outside 3 turns, make sure you click the link above. I also have the link below in the description. That way you can go ahead, go back, check it out, kind of bring yourself up to date on these 3 turns. I also have a link below for the forward inside 3 turns. So let's go ahead and let's jump right into this back outside 3 turn. Before we get started talking about the arms for this back outside 3 turn, let's talk about where to do this on the ice rink when we're practicing. So you're gonna see in the videos that I'm demonstrating in that I am picking a circle that's on the rink. You can do that for sure, or you can use a half circle like what we did in the forward outside and forward inside 3 turns. You can do whatever feels more comfortable for you. Please note, do not do these back 3 turns in the Lutz corner if there are people doing Lutzes in the Lutz corner, and also please make sure to watch out if you are doing these on the middle circle in the rink. Typically that's where the spinners are. You don't want to get in their way. You don't want to run into a spinner while doing back outside 3 turns. So just keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you're watching for jumpers and spinners while you're doing these 3 turns. So let's go ahead and let's get into the arms. The arms are actually pretty simple. There's not a lot to them. So you'll see, to get into my 3 turn, I'm doing a back pump to get into my turn. So I'm going to pump once I bring my feet together. I'm going to take my arms from facing inside the circle and I'm going to switch them to face outside the circle. When I have those arm positions up, I am not raising my arms up too high above my shoulders. I'm keeping them at a nice level to where I feel like I can have control over my core and of course my free leg and stay down in my knee bend. If your arms rise up too high, you're gonna come up from your knees. Your upper body is going to be able to move around, or let's say rotate around a lot easier. So that's why you want to have the arms down. So if you really have to push those palms down when you're doing these 3 turns, go ahead. If you notice when I'm doing them, my palms aren't pushing down that much. When you're starting, you might have to kind of do a really big push with the palms down to keep those arms from rising up too high and to also help you with the control of this 3 turn. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this pump. My arms face inside the circle for that pump. So we're gonna pump, switch the arms, sink down in my knees, turn, and my arms are still gonna be facing outside the circle. So the moment when you're going into the turn and coming out of the turn, the arms do not change at all. So keep that in mind. The arms are pretty simple. They basically just go for the switch after the pump. And then from there, they stay facing outside the circle. We're going to talk about now the free leg position. The free leg is actually pretty simple on this back outside 3 turn. So when you do that pump going into your 3 turn to gain some momentum, and when you're doing the arm switch to face the arms outside of the circle, you're going to lift up your outside leg in front of you. Now, when you're lifting up that outside leg in front of you, you're going to be pointing your toe and locking your knee, and you're going to make sure both of your knees are together. So the leg to the inside of the circle is going to be on the ice. That's what you're going to be turning on. And the outside leg is going to be up in the free position. So literally, you pump. As your arms switch, you're lifting up that outside leg. Make sure you're pointing your toe, locking your knee, and bringing both knees together. Then you're going to turn, still keep the free leg extended out in front. And when you exit, you are going to still keep that free leg extended out in front. Especially when you exit on this, make sure you squeeze those knees together, because if that free leg starts to kind of swing into the circle on the exit of this 3 turn, then you're going to start kind of feeling like you want to rotate into the circle with your upper body, and you're going to lose some control. So keep that in mind. Always keep the skating leg and the free leg as close as possible, so that way you could have a little bit more control over that free side. All right, we're gonna talk about knee bend right now. because knee bend is a very vital part of our three turns, whether they're forward three turns or backward three turns. Any turn you do, knee bend is very important. Knee bend is probably crucial in all skating elements, so knee bend. Knee bend basically is similar to what we do on our previous three turns. So the moment that you're getting ready to turn, you are going to sink down into your knee as much as you can. You're going to rise up from your knee a little bit to create that turn and sink back down into your knee when you're exiting the three turn. So when you do your pump and you bring your feet together, you lift your free leg, switch your arms, you are going to hold that check position. You're going to sink down into your knee to get your body in its check position. So basically what that means is you're going to feel like your body's not rotating around, or you have control over your body as you're going around that circle on that back outside edge. Then when you're getting ready to turn, to actually flip the hips and create the turn, you're going to lift up from your knee a little bit, flip those hips for the turn, and then you're going to sink right back down into your knee. So when we do these three turns backwards, it's super important for you to really utilize that knee bend coming out of the three turn, because when you're exiting this three turn, you're going to feel like you want to rotate into the circle. That knee bend, as well as the other previous things that we talked about already in this video, are going to really help you keep your body position checked and on the circle to hold your inside edge nicely. So you're going to sink down, rise up, sink down. So that's always the rhythm or momentum or flow of the knee bend whenever you're doing these three turns. You sink down, rise up for the turn, sink right back down again. The last chunk of this outside three turn that we're going to learn today is basically the three turn mechanics of what our boot, feet, blades do while we're doing this turn. So we're going to talk about those edges that we go into the three turn and exit the three turn with, and where on the blade do we turn. So if you do a forward outside three turn or a forward inside three turn, remember we turn on the ball of the foot here, okay? So main difference is turn more towards the heel when we're doing a back outside three turn or even a back inside three turn. So whenever you're moving from backwards to forward skating, doing a turn, whether it's a bracket, counter, rocker, three turn, body weight goes more towards the heel when you are skating and doing the actual turn itself. So it's super important to know that, because that is probably the number one mistake people make when they're learning these backward three turns, whether it's outside or inside. You will see the skater all of a sudden rock up to the front of the blade or the ball of the foot when they're doing this three turn. And the thing is, when that happens, you're not going to turn on that. You are actually just going to kind of hook your edge around a little bit tighter, and then the three turn's not going to be executed properly. So when we're doing this three turn, let's talk about the full mechanics and edges. When you are on that back outside edge, that's the first edge you're on when you're going into this three turn. It's the first part of that three turn. Your body weight's more towards the front of your blade. So whenever you're skating backwards, your body weight automatically is more towards the front of the blade. So as you're on that back outside edge gliding, so your body weight's here, you're pressuring this part of the foot right here on the front of the blade. As you're going around that back outside edge, when you're getting ready for the three turn and you sink down into your knee to get ready for the three turn, when you rise up, you rock your body weight to the heel. And that's when you turn that foot for the three turn to create the actual turn itself. Then when you are exiting the three turn, you are going to be on a forward inside edge. And when you're on that forward inside edge, since you are skating forward, your body weight is going to be more towards the back of the blade. So when you do turn for that three turn, you're not going to feel totally up on your heel like back here. You don't want to do that. It's just a little rock. So my blade's here. I just lightly rock it. That's all you're going to do when you turn. It's a very minimal feeling when you're doing your turn. Sometimes you have to feel like you're lifting your toe up while you turn. That will help. Just keep in mind, when you're doing this three turn, you're entering on that back outside edge. You go to the heel, the back part of your blade, to do the turn when you're turning and flipping those hips 180 degrees, and then you're sinking right back down onto that forward inside edge. That was the back outside 3 turn. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment below. Let me know if you love back outside 3 turns or if you are struggling and you need help with them. I am having a Shelly Skate series where I help skaters with any elements that you're having difficulties on. So if you feel comfortable with having your video featured on my YouTube channel, you can send me an email at the email address below in the description, and what I'll do is I'll break down the video and give you guys some tips and pointers on how to improve that element or what to try, exercises, etc. to make that element stronger. If you don't feel comfortable being on my YouTube channel in a video, that is absolutely fine. It's not a big deal. Still feel free to send me a video if you're having trouble with an element, if you want some advice on it. I'm doing one-on-one consulting as well via Zoom. So if you are interested in that as well, email me below. But until next time, I will see you in the next video, and happy skating. Bye guys.